Rockstar is going to blow up the industry again. GTA 6 has officially become the most expensive video game in history. It is estimated that more than $2 billion was spent on its development. This is $500 million more than was spent on the construction of the world's tallest building, the BURJ Khalifa. And almost like the budget of NASA Artemis 3 lunar mission, which is supposed to return people to the moon for the first time in 50 years. But the main question is, where exactly did all that money go? Today, we will reveal how to create a game that has already become a legend without ever being released. From a giant development team, our own data centers, to neural networks in cities that have been recreated to the last light. It will be a deep dive into the world of GTA production. Don't forget to slap a like, click on the bell, and let's go find out where to spend so much money. Rockstar Games is not just a studio, it's a real empire. At least 9 branches of companies around the world, from Scotland to India, are involved in the development of GTA 6. Everyone is responsible for individual tasks. Some do physics, others do the city, and still others do animation. According to various estimates, up to 2,000 people are working on the new part. Just imagine, this whole army is working on one game. Every day, someone models asphalt textures, writes behavior for a street musician, and someone adjusts the reflection of neon signs in puddles. And a team of urbanists and geodesigners is working to make you believe that this city is real. It lives and breathes. Development has been going on for over 11 years, and salaries alone cost hundreds of millions of dollars. Rockstar pays handsomely. According to insider information, salaries of top specialists reach up to $200,000 a year, plus studio rentals, servers, consoles, filming, trips, equipment, and test centers. Yes, even the logistics of such a project is a lot of money. According to Bloomberg, at some points in the development, the studio even resorted to a ban on remote work in order to preserve confidentiality and prevent leaks, which added to the costs of physical offices, security, and safety. The company has built its own server data center for testing the GTA 6 online system. This is an expensive infrastructure to ensure stable operation of the multiplayer even before the release. Rockstar uses everything available to the industry. Drones and satellite images to recreate the urban terrain, LiDAR scanners to get accurate 3D models of buildings and streets, photorealistic textures, hand-assembled and rendered with millimeter precision, and according to rumors, the map in GTA 6 will be 2.5 times larger than in the previous part, covering about 125 square kilometers. Moreover, the player will now be able to enter most buildings, shops, houses, restaurants, and even car service stations. Almost the entire industry today uses ready-made engines such as Unreal Engine or Unity. It's fast, convenient, and saves money. But Rockstar is on its way. Instead of using other people's solutions, they develop everything on their own, from physics to animations, from visual effects to world-building tools. This requires not only time, but also huge investments. The studio has its own engine called Rage Rockstar Advanced Game Engine. It doesn't just process graphics, but allows you to recreate entire cities with the logic and dynamics of real megacities. An internal editor has even been created for this system, with which developers can assemble blocks as a constructor, taking into account building density, lighting, road network, and NPC behavior. This tool is not sold or licensed. It exists only inside Rockstar, and it took years to create. In addition, according to information from leaks, GTA 6 actively uses artificial intelligence models. The characters react to the time of day and the weather. For example, in the morning, NPCs go to work or wait for the bus. They go to the shops in the afternoon and return home in the evening. And all this without scripts, but based on behavioral models. Each character has goals, emotional reactions, memory, and behavioral patterns. NPCs can not just run away from shots, but remember the conflict, change the route, and avoid dangerous places. This level of interaction with the environment cannot be implemented using standard scripts. This is the result of many years of work by individual AI teams. Everything that other studios buy ready-made, Rockstar develops from scratch in order to maintain full control over every detail. And that's exactly what tens or even hundreds of millions of dollars are spent on. Today, games are looking more and more like movies, but GTA 6 goes even further. Each cutscene in the game is created using professional motion capture, capturing the movements of real actors. There are movements of real actors in the project. Dozens of actors are involved in the project, as well as stuntmen, combat scene specialists, and dialogue directors. Rockstar is rumored to have employed over 200 actors and spent hundreds of hours filming. Tens of millions of dollars could have gone into the filming and post-processing alone, and that's not counting the payments to star voices, studios, directors, sound engineers, and editors. As a result, the cutscenes of GTA 6 do not look like game inserts. This is a full-fledged interactive movie in which you are given the role of the main character. Even though the game hasn't been released yet, Rockstar has already turned on the marketing machine at full capacity. The first GTA 6 trailer has become an absolute YouTube record holder. More than 100 million views in just the first day. And if you count the views on all platforms, the total number exceeded 475 million in the same 24 hours. This has never happened in the gaming industry before. And this applies not only to the gaming industry. No movie, TV series, or other entertainment product has ever shown such numbers before. Even the trailer for Avengers Endgame collected less, about 89 million. This is the level of a global cultural event, and Rockstar has achieved it with a single video. In addition to external promotion, there are active preparations for the launch, debugging of the server infrastructure for the future online, negotiations with platforms, and final performance tests. Even music licensing is a separate expense item. GTA 6, as before, will have hundreds of tracks, and each one costs money. For large performers, the cost of a license can reach hundreds of thousands of dollars per track, especially if it is played in key scenes. In addition, GTA 6 is not just a one-time game, it is a platform for years to come. Rockstar is already laying the foundation for long-term online support, new modes, and add-ons. This means that part of the budget is spent not on the game itself, but on its future. You might wonder, a budget of $2 billion, couldn't Rockstar just buy licenses for real cars so that the player could get into a real BMW or steal a Lamborghini? She could have, but she deliberately refused, and here's why. Firstly, car licensing is always about conditions and restrictions. Car companies require that cars in games look strictly like in real life, have accurate characteristics, are not severely damaged, and certainly do not participate in overtly criminal scenes. And in GTA, this is violated at every step: hijackings, explosions, chases, shootouts. Real brands simply do not agree to such conditions. Secondly, Rockstar has never aspired to literal realism. GTA is a satirical world, a caricature of reality, where everything is a bit hypertrophied. That's why it's not Ford, but Vapid, not Porsche, but Fisker, not Mercedes, but Yenis. These brands parody real brands while maintaining recognition, but at the same time give Rockstar full creative freedom. Finally, and this is important, abandoning real cars gives the studio full control. They can redesign the design, change behavior, introduce custom tunings, add absurd features, and no one will tell them this is not allowed. Our own fictional brands allow us to ignore both legal restrictions and the requirements of marketers from the real world. So no, it's not that Rockstar didn't have enough money. They just don't want other people's rules in their sandbox. At first glance, $2 billion sounds crazy, but when you see what's behind that number, it becomes clear. Rockstar isn't making a game, it's creating a digital metropolis that will be immersed in for years. A world in which you can get lost, explore it, live. And if you look at the indicators of the last part, it becomes clear where such confidence comes from. To be continued, which is more than any other game or movie in history. By comparison, the most profitable movie of all time, Avatar, grossed only $2.9 billion. GTA 6 plans not only to repeat the success of the fifth installment, but to surpass it. And judging by what we're already seeing, it seems to be inevitable. They say GTA 6 will weigh as much as 200 gigabytes. It looks like you'll have to take a separate SSD for it. There is exactly 1 year left before the premiere, but experts are already predicting another postponement. Reputable journalist and insider Jason Schreier hinted the other day that the release date could shift again. And, unfortunately, he turned out to be right more than once. including with GTA 6 transfers, thanks to close communication with the developers. One way or another, it's safe to say that this expectation will turn into a real explosion. The new trailer for the game has shown what the Rockstar engine is really capable of. Lighting and reflection work with ray tracing, the light softly lays on the surface, shadows look realistic, and glass cases and windows sparkle like real ones. The shots with neon and sunsets are especially impressive. The visual depth is fascinating. The animation of the characters has become one step closer to reality. The movements of hair and clothing are calculated separately. They react to wind and body movement. Even sweat rendering is noticeable on the characters' skin, and their faces look like they're watching a movie, not a game. Rockstar has officially confirmed the entire trailer is a real cut of the scenes and gameplay recorded on a regular PlayStation 5. Note, not even on the Pro version, but on the most common 5th curling iron. No embellished renderings, everything is exactly as it will look in the release version. And even details like the beer on the table are rendered with attention to physics. There are bubbles in the glass, and they are moving. This is no longer just a decoration, but a full-fledged part of the living world. Everything we see says the same thing. Rockstar is once again setting the standard for the entire industry. GTA 6 is not just a sequel, but a new bar for open worlds. And this is felt not only by the public, but also by competitors. Already, other game studios are postponing their releases in order not to go out next to each other or get lost in the background of GTA. Because everyone knows when Grand Theft Auto comes out, the whole market freezes.